Most people think 4 a.m. is a time meant only for dreams, darkness, and deep sleep. But for those who dare to rise while the world is still silent, 4 a.m. is the gateway to a different life, a life of clarity, focus, and power. When you wake up at 4 a.m., you are no longer running behind time. You are ahead of it. The world is still asleep, distractions are at zero, and your mind is at its purest. It's in these sacred early hours that great ideas are born, goals are mapped out, and discipline is forged. Imagine this. While others hit snooze for just 5 more minutes, you've already worked on your body, fed your mind, and planned your day. That's not just a head start. That's an entirely different race you're running. The early hours aren't about punishing yourself with less sleep. They're about taking control. You begin the day on your terms. You train your discipline every single morning. You turn a "I should" into an "I did" before most people's alarms have even gone off. Yes, it will be hard at first. Your bed will feel warmer than your ambition. Your mind will try to negotiate with comfort. But remember, comfort never built empires. It's in those quiet, difficult moments that you separate yourself from the crowd. By the time the world wakes up, you've already done more for your dreams than most will all day. You're calmer because you've had time to think. You're sharper because you've trained your focus. You're unstoppable because you've taken charge of your mornings, and in doing so, you've taken charge of your life. Wake up at 4 a.m. not to impress anyone, but to impress yourself. Prove to yourself that you can, and once you master the morning, you'll master the day. And when you master your days, you'll master your life. The question is, will you keep dreaming at 4 a.m., or will you wake up and start building the life you dream about? Discipline over comfort is a choice that separates those who live by intention from those who live by impulse. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not just about an alarm clock. It is about deciding every single day that your dreams are worth more than an extra hour of sleep. Comfort whispers to stay in bed, you deserve it. Discipline counters with a get up, you've got work to do. And in that moment of choice, the future you desire is being shaped. Comfort is easy. It feels good in the moment, but it rarely brings lasting rewards. Discipline, on the other hand, often feels uncomfortable in the beginning, but leads to extraordinary results over time. When you choose to rise before the sun, you are telling yourself that your goals, growth, and purpose take priority over temporary pleasure. That simple act trains your mind to follow through on commitments even when you don't feel like it. Every morning at 4 a.m., the world is still. There are no calls, no messages, no noise. You have the gift of uninterrupted time, and it's yours to use with intention. This is when you can read, plan, exercise, meditate, or work on a project without distraction. The discipline to get up at this hour is not just about productivity, it's about self-respect. It's proof that you are willing to do what most people won't so you can live the life most people can't. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds. Each morning you push past the temptation to stay in bed, you strengthen your willpower. That same mental toughness spills into other areas of your life, helping you make better decisions about your health, work, and relationships. Soon you're not just waking up early, you're eating better, working harder, and thinking clearer because you've built the habit of doing what needs to be done, whether it's convenient or not. It's important to understand that discipline is not about denying yourself all pleasures. It's about controlling them instead of letting them control you. Comfort in moderation is healthy, but when comfort becomes your default, progress stalls. Every time you trade discipline for comfort, you trade your long-term vision for short-term ease. Choosing discipline over comfort every morning at 4 a.m. is a quiet victory, but it's a powerful one. It doesn't make headlines, but it changes your mindset. It reminds you daily that your future is in your hands, and your actions, especially the hard ones, are the tools you use to shape it. In the end, comfort is temporary, but the life discipline creates is lasting. By making this choice day after day, you're not just changing your mornings, you're changing your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wants a success and start becoming someone who earns it. That shift is what will separate you from the crowd. Discipline is the foundation. Comfort is the temptation. The choice will always be yours. Owning the silent hours is about claiming the rare, undisturbed moments when the world is still and your mind is clear. Waking up at 4 a.m. grants you access to a period of peace and focus that most people never experience. It is during these hours when distractions are at their lowest that you can think deeply, plan strategically, and act intentionally. The quiet becomes your ally, allowing you to focus on what truly matters without the constant pull of noise and demands. The silent hours are not just empty space, they are fertile ground for growth. This is the time to pour energy into yourself before the world begins to take it from you. Whether you use it to exercise, study, read, meditate, or work on personal projects, you are investing in your future with undivided attention. In these moments, you can connect with your inner thoughts without interruptions, giving you clarity about your goals and the steps needed to achieve them. One of the biggest challenges in today's world is distraction. Phones buzz, emails arrive, people demand your attention, and by midday, your energy is often scattered. But at 4 a.m., the world is asleep. There's no rush, no noise, no one pulling you in 10 different directions. You own the moment completely. And because of that, you can channel your full focus into high value tasks that move your life forward. The silent hours also provide a mental and emotional reset. The stillness of early morning has a calming effect that sharpens your decision making and reduces stress fast. You start the day with control instead of chaos. When you've already accomplished something meaningful before sunrise, the rest of the day feels more manageable. You carry a quiet confidence knowing that you are ahead of schedule while others are still waking up. Beyond productivity, the silent hours offer a space for creativity. Many great thinkers, writers, and leaders have used the early morning to generate ideas and solutions. The brain, free from the clutter of daily noise, is more open to inspiration. In this solitude, you can dream bigger, think deeper, and create without fear of judgment or distraction. Owning the silent hours is not just about waking up early. It's about using that time with purpose. It's easy to wake up early and waste it scrolling on your phone or doing things that don't align with your vision. The true power comes from filling those hours with actions that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. When you make a habit of rising early and owning the silent hours, you build a lifestyle of intentional living. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You are no longer carried by the current. You are steering the ship. And over time, these early morning investments compound, turning into achievements, breakthroughs, and a life that reflects your highest potential. In the silence, you find your power, and once you own it, you carry it with you all day. Starting ahead and staying ahead is one of the most powerful advantages you can give yourself in life. And waking up at 4 a.m. is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to claim that advantage. When you rise before the majority of the world, you are not just waking up earlier. You are stepping into the day with a head start that compounds over time. It's like beginning a race several steps in front of everyone else. By the time they're lacing up their shoes, you're already in motion. The biggest enemy of progress is playing catch up. When you wake up late or start your day in a rush, you're already reacting to the demands of others. Your mind is in a state of urgency, and your energy is scattered before you've even taken your first sip of water. But when you start your day at 4 a.m., you flip that script. You are proactive, not reactive. You set the tone for the day instead of letting the day dictate your fate. This head start isn't just about having extra hours. It's about using those hours wisely. While others are still in bed, you could be exercising, planning, learning, or working on a passion project. You can address your most important goals before the world has a chance to interrupt you. By the time most people are starting their workday, you've already accomplished more than many will do all day. That's not just productivity, it's momentum. The momentum is the secret to staying ahead. When you've already put in the work early, you feel lighter and more in control. The day's challenges don't knock you off balance because you've built a foundation of progress. If something unexpected happens, you can handle it without feeling overwhelmed because you've already made significant strides. This gives you a psychological advantage. You feel confident, calm, and capable. Staying ahead also builds consistency. The more you make early starts a habit, the more natural they become. Over time, you'll find that you're not only ahead in the day, but also ahead in life. Your projects progress faster, your skills develop quicker, and your goals seem more achievable because you've been working on them consistently while others were still planning to start a someday. Another benefit of starting ahead is the reduced competition for your attention. At 4 a.m., there are no urgent emails, no social media distractions, and no one knocking at your door. You are free to give your energy to what truly matters without being pulled in different directions. This concentrated focus is what allows you to produce high quality work in less time. Starting ahead and staying ahead isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about using time as a tool instead of letting it slip away. Every morning you choose to start ahead, you build a life that's not rushed, not chaotic, but intentional and driven. And when you make this a lifestyle, staying ahead becomes your natural state, not just in the day, but in everything you do. Mastering the morning is the secret weapon of high achievers. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If your morning starts with focus, discipline, and intentional action, the rest of your day flows with energy and purpose. On the other hand, if your morning begins with chaos, rushing and reacting to problems, you carry that scattered energy with you for hours. Waking up at 4 a.m. gives you the space to take full control of your mornings, and in turn, take full control of your life. When you master your morning, you start with clarity. You are not waking up to noise, demands, or distractions. You are waking up to a clean slate, ready to shape it however you choose. This quiet time allows you to think about your priorities before the world starts telling you what's urgent. You can plan your tasks, set your intentions, and decide how you want to feel and perform throughout the day. That level of control creates a sense of calm and power that lasts long after the morning ends. The morning is also the perfect time to work on yourself. Before the world takes your attention, you can focus on habits that make you stronger, smarter, and more resilient. You might spend this time exercising to energize your body, reading to sharpen your mind, or meditating to center your thoughts. These actions done consistently not only improve your day, but also build long-term success. You are investing in yourself before you give your energy to anyone else. Another reason mastering the morning matters is momentum. When you achieve small victories early, like completing a workout, writing in your journal, or finishing a big task, you create a chain reaction of success. You start your day with the feeling, I'm already winning, and that confidence carries into everything else you do. Problems feel smaller, opportunities seem more achievable, and you operate from a position of strength instead of stress. Mornings are also when your willpower is at its peak. As the day goes on, distractions grow stronger and energy fades. By 4 a.m., your mind is rested and fresh, ready to handle deep, focused work. This is when you can tackle your most important and challenging tasks without interruption. Getting these done early means you've already accomplished your top priorities before the day has a chance to pull you in different directions. Mastering the morning doesn't mean you will have a perfect day every time, but it does mean you will have a strong foundation no matter what happens. Life will always bring surprises, but when you've started your day with purpose and discipline, you can handle challenges with greater resilience. Ultimately, mastering the morning is about ownership of your time, your mindset, and your actions. When you control how you start your day, you control how you live your life. And when you commit to winning the first few hours, you set yourself up to win the rest. Master the morning, and you will master the day. Small daily wins may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they are the foundation for extraordinary life changes. Success is rarely the result of one massive leap. It's almost always the product of consistent, intentional steps taken day after day. Waking up at 4 a.m. is one of those steps, a small decision that, when repeated, compounds into a powerful habit. Each early morning is a victory that builds your confidence, sharpens your discipline, and pushes you closer to your goals. When you start your day with a win, no matter how small, you set a positive tone for everything that follows. It could be completing a workout, spending 30 minutes reading, or making progress on a personal project. These wins create momentum, and momentum is a force that multiplies success. You begin to see yourself not as someone who tries, but as someone who does. This shift in identity is where transformation truly begins. Small daily wins are also powerful because they are manageable. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and when they seem too far away, it's easy to lose motivation. But when you break those goals into small, achievable actions and commit to doing them every day, progress becomes steady and visible. Waking up early gives you the quiet time to focus on these actions without interference, ensuring they become part of your routine rather than something you squeeze in when you have time. The magic of small wins lies in their compounding effect. One early morning leads to another. One disciplined action leads to the next. Over weeks and months, these tiny victories accumulate, creating a massive shift in your results. The changes might be invisible at first, but just like a seed growing beneath the soil, the roots of your new habits are forming strong foundations for your future success. Small wins also strengthen your mindset. Every time you follow through on a commitment, like getting out of bed at 4 a.m., you send yourself a message. I can be trusted to do what I said I would do. That builds self respect, which fuels confidence. And with greater confidence, you're willing to take on bigger challenges, creating a cycle of continuous growth. It's important to remember that small wins are not about perfection, they're about consistency. Missing one day won't destroy your progress, but showing up most days builds an unshakable habit. The power is in returning to your routine again and again, even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, these small wins add up to big life changes, not just in your achievements, but in who you become. Oh. You'll notice you're more disciplined, more focused, and more capable than you ever thought possible. The results will show in your health, your work, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. Waking up at 4 a.m. is more than just an early start. It's a daily reminder that you're capable of controlling your actions and shaping your future. Win the morning, win the day, win enough days, and you'll win your life.